Hello and welcome back to the Realistic Rumour with Wolves here on FC26. This is episode number 3, and if you've seen the first 2 episodes, we're starting to build something here with Wolves. The first episode we were sort of seeing where we are, what the situation is, where we need to rebuild. We played 2 games. We had an impressive win away at Tottenham 2-0, but then we lost to Brighton 3-2 in the league at home, and that really just summed up what this save's going to be about. You know, it's going to be mixed results, it's going to be inconsistent. We are aiming to bring Wolves back to the big time, out of a relegation scrap and potentially in Europe. That is the aim for this save. Last episode though, what an episode we had. 3 wins from 3 in the Premier League, including a come from behind win against Fulham. We were 2-0 down at Craven Cottage and we won 4-2, and then 2 more wins with clean sheets, which has seen us rise out of the relegation zone into 13th place. We are still only 3 points above the drop zone, so, you know, let's not be counting our chickens just yet, but it was a very good episode. We did crash out of the EFL Cup, knocked out by Arsenal. That's fine. We had no qualms with that at all. The league is our focus, and we did make 1 free agency signing. I'm not going to make loads of signings in this first season. Obviously, we've only got January coming up as an actual window, but we brought 1 player in for the free agency market, and that was Hakim Ziyech, and what an impact he had, scoring a free kick away at Sunderland, assisting a goal in the next game, I think against Burnley. He assisted the winner, and then I think he scored, did he assist as well? He might have just scored against Fulham. Oh, he got a pre-assist against Fulham, that was it. So 3 goal involvements in 3 for Hakim. One player that has surprised me though in these early stages with Wolves has been Sam Johnston. Now, we said in the first episode that we want to bring in a new keeper. All 3 of our keepers, I think, are 32 years old, kind of moving out of their prime. But Sam Johnston has been phenomenal. 3 clean sheets so far for us, and he actually got nominated for Player of the Month. So maybe, let me know in the comments, guys. Should we be considering Sam Johnston for the long-term future with Wolves and not just for the rest of the season? Anyway, I digress. Into today's episode, it's going to be a tough one. We face Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, Crystal Palace at home, Aston Villa away at Villa Park, and then we will round off by entering the month of December and hosting Nottingham Forest. Going back to the subject of goalkeepers, we have just finished a scouting report on Andrew, a Brazilian goalkeeper that is in the Portuguese league. 24 years old, 75 overall, 78 to 84 potential. He looks okay. Nothing too amazing, but there is room to grow there. As mentioned in the first episode, we do have Samuel Suarez and Diogo Pinto, 2 other goalkeepers from the Portuguese league, also in our transfer targets. Again, guys, let me know in the comments who you think we should be targeting. Should Sam Johnston have that number 1 shirt, or should we be targeting a younger player who can really grow with the team? Let me know in the comments. But for the first game in today's episode, we visit Stamford Bridge, Chelsea, who are just 2 points above us, actually, in 9th place after our good run of form. Can we continue this hot streak? This will probably be our toughest test to date. So the host lineup as followed: 4-2-3-1 formation for Enzo Maresca's side. Philip Jorgensen in goal instead of Sanchez, Reece James, Tosin, Disasi and Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer, Jamie Gittins, all behind João Pedro. It is a stacked Chelsea team. Cole Palmer, of course, the main threat. As for Wolves, unchanged, unsurprisingly. Player of the Month nominee Sam Johnston in between the sticks. Totti Gomez, captain in the side. And Hakim Ziyech, our new boy, coming back to his familiar ground. Obviously, an ex-Chelsea player is the Moroccan. Can we get another away win today? This is going to be the toughest test so far. Let's see what we can do. Come on, the Wolves. Oh, it's beautiful football. Oh, it's off the post. Almost the perfect start from the visitors. It's lovely one-touch football. Chelsea actually hadn't had a touch of the ball yet. And I think that was Gomez who just crashed a shot against the post, but now here come Chelsea with the former Wolves winger Pedro Neto, looking to create something for his team here. The space has opened up. Sam Johnston with a good save. Chance here for Chelsea. João Pedro driving into the space. Is Totti Gomez going to get there? Oh, he's lobbed him. João Gomez, the former Brighton striker. João Pedro, sorry, not João Gomez. 5th in 11 for him. João Pedro, what a name. And what a camera angle this is. Chelsea lead at the Bridge. In the last game, in the last episode, actually, we came from 2-0 down to win 4-2 away from home. Actually, just over the road in West London against Fulham. So, I still have belief. João Gomez, who hit the post already once, finds Andre, his Brazilian centre-mid partner, back to Gomez. Minetti. Space is there. It's João Gomez. He's hit the woodwork again. Beautiful technique on the strike. Jorgensen nowhere to be seen. Crashes off the bar. So we just passed the half an hour mark. It's a great ball into Caicedo, and Sam Johnston's come and not collected. And Chelsea have two. It was a good pass, but the touch was actually heavy from Caicedo. Johnston comes out to collect it, and Caicedo just squeezes the ball under the on-rushing keeper. Perhaps that Player of the Month nomination has got to his head, because it's not been great from him so far. As he dives over the ball, and Chelsea lead 2-0 here, 32 minutes in. Chelsea look dangerous every time they come forward. It's Pedro Neto, looks to square the ball. Johnston in no man's land, but luckily Totti Gomez was there to clear. Danger not averted though. Cole Palmer. It's 3-0. I'm actually very surprised they haven't added Cole Palmer's cold celebration into the game. Nevertheless, what a finish that is from Cole Palmer. Chelsea lead 3-0, and we are getting a humbling right now. We did against Fulham, down by 2, against a tougher opposition and by a significantly larger deficit. It might be too much to ask, as Sam Johnston just stops it being 4. That is going to be half time. We have been blitzed in this first half. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. If you hadn't noticed already, by the way, I don't own a Wolves shirt, hence why I'm just wearing different orange item clothing. Got a nice little Nike number today, a nice little Nike hoodie. But hey, look, maybe I should get a Wolves shirt for this save. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Whenever I do other career modes, I have always thought like it'd be nice to have a shirt from that team with perhaps a player on the back that was like a favourite from the career mode save. So like Wrexham, we probably would have had Paul Mullin. Forest. Who would have Forest been? Awoniyi maybe. Ipswich would have been Leif Davis. Wang Hee-chan. He's offside. João Gomez. Has the chance gone? Maybe. Minetti. Into Ziyech, who wants to bring it onto his left. He's going to whip into that far corner. Good save, Jorgensen. Better from Wolves. Jamie. Not sure where he's going. Good save. Johnston denies the former Wolves man, Pedro Neto. What a save. João Pedro again. He is cut through my team like a hot knife through butter. And he gets his second goal of the game. He gets Chelsea's 4th. And this is going to be an emphatic victory for Chelsea. It has been coming. Sam Johnston's made a number of saves to keep the scoreline respectable. But it now does reflect the balance of the game. Can we just get a goal to take back? Jürgen Strand-Larsen, saved by Jorgensen. And that's going to be game. The first time we haven't scored a goal since taking over from Wolves. A humbling defeat on the road. And perhaps just revealing some of the cracks that maybe we'd covered up in the last few games. So that defeat means we drop down to 14th now, just 2 points above the drop zone. Burnley remain at the foot of the table and eight points adrift already. And we face another huge game, as you can see there. Our next fixture is Palace, who are 2 places below us. It's going to be a big one, as Emmanuel Agbadou has come to us saying he needs some game time. I mean, that's fair. We have actually dropped him since going to the fullback. We have prioritised playing Krejci over Agbadou, which perhaps isn't the right way, considering Krejci's only a lone player. So actually, the fact that we conceded 4 goals in that last game, maybe we will start Agbadou against Palace. So we return to a rainy West Midlands here to see if we can return to winning ways. Stick with the 4-3-3 formation, but there are 2 changes. They've come at the back. Jackson Chachua is in at right back for Matt Doherty, and Emmanuel Agbadou came to us and said he wanted some game time. So we've put him in for Krejci. Totti Gomez moving over to the left. As for our visitors, they are rocking a 5-back, 5-2-3. Dean Henderson goal, Daniel Muniz, Lacroix, Gehi, Riyad, Mitchell the back 5, Decore and Lerma holding with Ismail Assar, Jean-Philippe Mateta and Yeremy Pino the front 3. What a phenomenal job Crystal Palace are doing in real life. Their 19-game unbeaten run has just ended, losing to Everton away from home. But what an incredible job Oliver Glasner is doing with Palace. Unfortunately, in the save, they aren't having as much luck. They are below us in the table, 16th right now, and the joint lowest scorers in the league. So this is a big one. Let's see if we can return to winning waves with Wolves. Ismail Assar driving down the right-hand side for Palace. Can he get a ball in? He can. Well dealt with. Not cleared, though. Palace lead. Is that Jefferson Lerma who goes and celebrates with the away fans? I thought we'd dealt with the initial cross, but we didn't clear our lines fully. And Jefferson Lerma, his second goal in 11 games, actually. Not really one of their tallies, man. But it's a huge goal. It's actually poor from Totti Gomez, who's been so good for us. And then Andre can't clear. And Jefferson Lerma opts to go with his head. Heads into the far corner. And the Eagles lead at Molineux. Yeah, as we touched on in the build-up to the game, phenomenal job that Oliver Glasner has done with this Crystal Palace team. 19 games unbeaten in all competitions, spanning across, of course, to the back end of last season, where they won an FA Cup. They won the Community Shield this year as well, at the start of the season. And they are in Europe, having won their opening game in their European campaign as well, away at, I think it was Dynamo Kiev they won. Incredible. It's such a cool story, such a good club. And even though they've lost Eze this year and it looked like they were going to lose Gehi, they continue to shine. But we're looking to punish them here. Jürgen Strand Larsen just wide. Jefferson Lerma the goal scorer. Yeremy Pino. Tyree Mitchell again. He's continued his run. Can he get across? And he can. And it's in. I really thought Hugo Bueno was going to deal with that. He hasn't. And Ismail Assar has his 4th goal in 9 games. And Palace, who were the lowest scoring team in the Premier League before today, has scored twice in the first half against us. I don't mind this 4-3-3 because it gives us a bit more going forward. But I think playing the 4-3-3 holding and not having a cam, I'm noticing that we're struggling to kind of connect the midfield and the attack, or the defence and the attack. And Palace going to look to make it 3-0 here just before the break. Yeremy Pino, good block. Agbadou has been very noticeable this half. Yes, we are 2-0 down, but he has been putting his body on the line. But the referee blows half-time, and it is Wolves 0 Palace 2, as we are staring down the barrel of back-to-back defeats. I don't mind losing to, teams like Chelsea and stuff, because we know that those aren't the games we're going to be expected to pick up points, but it's these games that are crucial at home against a side that are 2 places below us in the table and very much in that relegation scrap with us. Larsen to Ziyech. Can he score here? He must. He's hit the bar. That had to go in. Hakim Ziyech looking for his 3rd goal in Wolves colours. Crashes a shot against the underside of the bar. And Palace survive. And not only do they survive, they're looking to thrive as Jean-Philippe Mateta. Is he going to make it 3-0? Sam Johnston with a big save. This game is opening up. Palace have defended resolutely here. That 5-back working wonders for them. And they have been able to make it count up top as well, taking their chances when they have come. And as we enter the final 15 minutes, they still lead by 2. What a pass that is! And they lead by 3. Sean Rickner, Bellegarde. It opens up for him. Bellegarde, instant response. The substitute with his 1st goal of the season. Straight from kickoff, Bellegarde picks up, and Palace, I don't know where their defenders were. They just opened up like the Red Sea, and Bellegarde drives into that space. And JRB puts it top corner. Could we? And that is going to be game. It's going to be back-to-back defeats to start off this episode. 7 goals conceded in 2 games. Palace have scored just 10 goals in their opening 8 games. They've scored 3 against us today. Jefferson Lerma, Ismail Assar and Jean-Philippe Mateta score 3 huge goals and secure 3 huge points for Crystal Palace and Oliver Glasner's men, who will move above us now in the table. And I think that is 4 defeats out of 5 at home. Meant to make your home a fortress. We have done anything but that, and hey, look, after that second episode where we went 3-3 in the league, people might have thought, look, it's too easy. I'm telling you right now, people, we are in a rebuild and we are in a relegation battle. The two subs combined, Bellegarde and Arias, for our lifeline, but that's all it was. I mean, the key moment in that game was ZX, right? At 2-0, clear route on goal, hitting the bar. That makes it 2-1. It's a different game. Palace make it 3-0 just a few moments later. Okay, so we have our first unexpected event, which is something that is new into the game, something that I think is actually a very cool feature that they've brought into this game. Whether they've executed it well or not, we'll see. But basically, you have these unexpected events coming up during your career mode, which just throw spanners in the work, and it depends on how you deal with those situations. And this one, pay or sell. A transfer offer has been received for Keanu Hoover. He has given you a choice: either renew the contract with improved terms or allow him to leave. Consider the impact of the squad and make the best decision for the club's future. Now, Keanu said to us that he wanted more game time. We obviously were starting Matt Doherty right back ahead of him. Doherty's contract is up at the end of the season. I'm not going to renew it. I wanted to renew Keanu's, and he wasn't willing to negotiate at the time. Perhaps now this means that he is willing to renew, because we've received two offers from Benfica and Crystal Palace for the Dutch fullback. I would like to keep him. You know, I think we're going to have a rebuild in our defence, in our fullback positions. I think Keanu can play some kind of role in this squad in the future, so we're going to try and offer him a contract extension again. This player isn't open to renewing his contract, so this is frustrating. This is what we were talking about. You know, it's a great idea that they've brought in these unexpected events, but they haven't executed it well. I mean, he has just said to us, either give me a new contract or I'm going to go. I can't offer him a new contract, so what do I do here? I think for realism, a move to Crystal Palace is more likely than a move to Benfica. But I will negotiate. I'm going to negotiate Palace first. Benfica have come in with more money, and Benfica playing Champions League football as well, so we'll negotiate with both and see what kind of fee we can get. It's like a double whammy, isn't it? Because we're dealing with Crystal Palace, who have just beaten us as well in the league and moved above us in the league table, and now we're selling them one of our players, and we have to sell him. So it hurts, but we agree on a £5.15 million deal for Keanu to Crystal Palace. I am going to... No actions available with Benfica. Okay, I was going to negotiate with both, but I guess we can't. It looks like Keanu is going to be heading to Crystal Palace. As for the standings, as mentioned as well, Crystal Palace move above us and they go up to 14th in the Premier League table. We drop down to 16th, just 2 points above the drop zone after back-to-back defeats. 8 defeats in our 12 games, and we have the joint worst defence in the league, conceding 24 goals along with Burnley, with the West Midland derby coming up next as well. So here's that time again. We have got our scouting reports available. Let's see what the second round of scouting has provided us. Obviously, Dylan Stevenson, scouted by Dynamo Dresden. Ethan Bray looks like he could be decent, as does Dominic Guy. We're going to continue to scout all 4 of these boys. From Portugal, no one really screaming out to us just yet as we look for our Moutinho/Neves regens. From Spain, Thomas Granero does look decent. I think it's the second month of scouting from him. I'm actually going to give this guy a pro deal, considering some of our players have been snapped up by other clubs. I want to make sure that he gets into the youth academy. Let's have a look at this Spanish kid, Granero, that we've just put into the team. Into the youth academy, sorry. 67 overall already. 17 years old, 77 to 94 potential. Right mid/right wing, so our Adama Traore, Johnny Otto regen. He looks decent. We could actually sign him up to the first team and send him out on loan in January. That is definitely a possibility for this 17-year-old. Jean-Rickner Bellegarde comes to us and said he's been playing pretty well lately and he wants to be in the starting 11. I mean, he's got a fair point. He scored a really good goal, made an impact when he came off against Crystal Palace. And we have lost our last couple of games, so could be in with a shout there. Jose Sarr wants to be starting, but I think Sam Johnston, even though he has conceded a lot of goals in the last couple of games, I think we are going to stick with Johnston for now. So our rivals Aston Villa up in 9th. After 12 games, they have 5 wins, 3 draws, 4 defeats, 18 points on the board. A win for them today could see them go up into 7th. So a decent start for Villa, who actually in real life have been struggling, although Unai Emery's side have seemed to turn a corner after winning, I think, their last 3 in all competitions. So our first taste of this West Midlands derby, Aston Villa against Wolves. Villa lining up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Emiliano Martinez in goal, Matty Cash, Pau Torres, Victor Lindelof and Luca Digne in the back line, Onana, Kamara holding, Sancho, Rodgers, McGinn out wide, and Ollie Watkins up top, who has scored 2 in his last in his last game. As for Wolves, we stick with the 4-3-3 formation, but we make one change. Agbadou actually keeps his place ahead of Krejci, and John Rickner Bellegarde, who wanted to start this game, scored in the last game, came off the bench and scored against Palace. We're going to put him in the starting lineup against ahead of Marshall Monetzi. First taste of a derby. Can we avoid a 3rd straight defeat as we plummet towards the relegation zone? Villa looking to push up into the European places. We said about wanting to play a 4-3-3 with a cam. Bellegarde could potentially be that player who would fit the cam role. If he continues scoring goals like he did against Palace, he is absolutely going to be in my starting 11. Morgan Rodgers up to Ollie Watkins, back to Rodgers. That's going to go in. I can't believe that's gone in. Villa lead the derby. It's a Sam Johnston howler. Jose Sarr did come to us before the game and said, look, boss, this is a big game. I want to be in between the 6. I want to be your number 1 man. We went with Johnston. Was that a mistake? Villa worked the ball well. Jadon Sancho on loan from Manchester United. Looking to float one into the box, and it's 2-0. Not quite sure where my defence was. Agbadou's come into the starting lineup and, well, we've conceded twice in 19 minutes. Boubacar Kamara with his first of the season, and Villa are running away with the derby. 3 straight league victories. Looks like it's going to be matched by 3 straight league defeats. We are shipping goals as well. Maybe we need to go back to the 5-pack system. Strand Larsen off the bar. You got to be scoring those, Jurgen. We had a moment like that in the Palace game where we hit the bar in a moment we really should have scored when we were 2-0 down. We went on to lose the game. We could see a similar situation unfolding in our hands here. And Watkins has beaten his man here, and he's drilled it low and under Sam Johnston, and we are 3-0 down. For the 3rd game in a row, we've conceded twice at least in the first half. This is really concerning now. Oh my god. I thought Watkins was offside. He's had an acrobatic effort that has hit the bar, and Morgan Rodgers is joining on the spot as he grabs his 2nd and Villa's 4th of the half. And we are getting absolutely pummeled in the derby. A rather embarrassing first 45 minutes in charge of Wolves here. 3 substitutions at half time. Arias, Munetsi and Krejci all on as we look to salvage something from this game. I mean, 4-0 down at the derby at half time. What do you do? What do you say? There's not much you can say, really. Stop the rot. Stop the glut. But it looks like it's going to continue. Ollie Watkins makes it 5. We may be in real trouble here, guys. 12 goals conceded in 3 games today. Larsen's going to look to release Arias here out on the left wing. Arias collects. Can he find Strand Larsen, who turns Strand Larsen 5-1. Hakim Ziyech is going to look for Strand Larsen, who is going to get there. Could have been and should have been 2 for the Norwegian. It's great play from Arias. We have a second. We have been better in this second half. I don't know if it's because Villa have just taken their foot off the gas being 5-0 up. Jürgen Strand-Larsen's run himself into the ground though. John Arias has been noticeable since coming on as well. He might have a place in the starting lineup in the next game. There goes the full-time whistle. A 7-goal thriller at Villa Park as Aston Villa win this West Midlands derby 5-2. 3 straight defeats for Wolves. 12 goals conceded in that time. Are we going to have to go back to 5 at the back? Maybe. Arias and Larsen scoring and assisting. We've dropped down to 17th. Just 1 point above the drop zone. We have the leakiest defence in the league. God, it was all looking all rosy after episode 2. Very humbling episode this has been indeed. David Müller-Wolf saying he wants more game time to prepare. I haven't played him in the league once, so he might be in for a start. So into our 4th and final game of the episode, and it is going to be Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest, who are 10th in the league right now, 19 points on the board, 5 wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats. In the Europa League, they are 5th, 3 wins and 2 draws, actually undefeated in Europe so far. I bet Forest fans wish this was their form in real life. Since Ange has come in, it has been a nightmare for Forest. 7 games, 7 defeats under the manager. They've been knocked out the EFL Cup, lost in the Europa League, and have plummeted down the table in the Premier League. So our 4th and final game sees us host Nottingham Forest. Same formation, plenty of changes. Jose Sarr is back in between the sticks. Krejci's back in at the centre-back role. David Müller-Wolf wanted more game time, so he's in at left-back. Andre's been dropped, and Arias is in for Hwang. I need to see some performance. I need to see some difference because 3 defeats, 12 goals conceded today. It is not good enough. Let's see if we can end this episode with a bit of hope, with a bit of something to work with. Come on, Wolves. What on earth have I just witnessed? Jose Sarr with his first involvement since being put back into the squad, and it was almost horrific. Hakim Ziyech now, he's going to beat his man to the ball. Ziyech, low-driven shot. Wolves lead, 6 minutes in. It's Hakim Ziyech with his 3rd goal for Wolves in 7 appearances. Ziyech with the low-driven shot across the keeper. Matt Sells can't get close to it, and it is the perfect start. It's exactly what we needed. And for the first time in this episode today, we lead a game of football. Ange Postecoglou not happy, but Vitor Pereira is, and so are the Molineux faithful. Wolves 1-0. The boys seem up for it tonight. They know that they've dropped the ball in the last 3 games, but this is a real opportunity to just claw back some momentum, some pride, because we've been really embarrassed in these first 3 games. And look, we've changed keeper, but the result remains the same. Morgan Gibbs-White scores against his former team, celebrates against his former team. And we are tied here, 1 apiece. Wolves looking to break here. Amari Hutchinson, the former Ipswich man, he's going to drive into the box. Amari Hutchinson lobs the keeper. And Forest turn this one around. 22 minutes on the clock and the score is Wolves 1, Nottingham Forest 2. A player we know well from the Ipswich career mode. It's a great finish, cultured finish. His first of the season. Here come Forest again. It's Dan and Ndoye. Great save, Jose Sarr. Strong right hand for us to really turn to screw here. And I am panicking. I'm going to lose my job. Chris Wood, out wide to Amari Hutchinson. He's got men driving forward. Good save, Jose Sarr. Forest almost have a 3rd. Out wide to Arias, who wins the ball back from Nico Williams. Going to cut back on his right. Whipping a delivery. Wow, do you know what? That's actually really good defending by Zinchenko. He's marshalled Manetzi out of the play, no pun intended. And we find ourselves down at the break. The Wolves fans, though, not disheartened by what they're seeing. No boos ringing around Molineux right now. But the reality of the situation is we're staring down a 4th straight league defeat and a 6th league home defeat already this season. Chris Wood driving forward for Forest. finding Morgan Gibbs-White, who's hit the post. What a save, Jose Sarr. Come on. What can we do? What can we create? Where are my runners? Manetzi. I am going to look for Ziyech. It's just about finding time in the pass right. Ziyech saved. Larson on the rebound. He's put it wide. Oh, Jorgen. In each game so far today, we've spoken about key moments. Ziyech hitting the bar against Palace at 2-0 down. Jorgen Strand-Larsen hitting the bar. I can't even remember who it was against when we were 2-0 down. Villa. That moment there, 2-1 down. Jorgen Strand-Larsen should score. He doesn't. Can we make it count here, though? Yes, we can. Come on. Jean-Rick Bellegarde with his second goal in 3 games. John Arias. He's in behind. Is Milenkovic going to catch him? I don't think he is. He's going to look to square it. It's Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech! We've turned this one around. Wolves 3, Nottingham Forest 2, and Hakim Ziyech has his second of the game. It's great play by Arias, who's actually been really impressive in these last couple of games. I've really noticed him. And Ziyech making sure, wow, you do not save those, do you? Just inside the post. There was really no need. Space for Chris Wood. Tackled by Totti. Upended, though, by Morgan Gibbs-White, the former Wolves man. The ball's loose. And they've equalised. I don't know what has just happened, but Douglas Luiz, the former Aston Villa man, scores against Wolves to make it 3-3 in a ridiculous game. Morgan Gibbs-White came crashing in with a tackle, won the ball back, and then it was just absolute mayhem in the Wolves box. Douglas Luiz, though, kept calm. Fired a shot past Jose Sarr. We are tied again. Right, we're going to make a number of changes here, including... I'm going to bring on Hwang up front. Normally we've played Hwang out on the left. We're going to bring him up top for Larson. Also made a couple of changes in the back line. Ziyech's going to take on his man. Cuts back onto his strong foot. Crosses to the back. Stick is there! They've done it! We don't have the final goal celebration. It's so annoying. But it's limbs at Molineux. And Wolves have snatched this one at the death. Wang Hee-chan with what might be his first and only touch of the ball. Ziyech does brilliantly. Gets it back onto his left. Crosses it to the back stick. And Wang's there just to nod it home. What a huge goal that could be for us. 3 straight defeats in this episode. 15 goals conceded. It's just not good enough. But we may have just snatched 3 points there. Wang with his 4th goal of the season. Oh my word. I need to see those end of game limbs. We need that animation. EA, please. Back to back 7-goal games. Luckily, this time around, this one was in our favour. We shipped 5 goals at Villa Park. We've conceded 3 today. But Jose Sarr was brilliant. Made so many saves to keep us in that game. What an episode, man. This Wolves career is going to age me. The grey hairs are going to come. My God. 2 goals for Ziyech, 1 for Hwang, 1 for Bellegarde. I'm pretty sure Hwang touched the ball once, so he made 3 passes. 2 assists for John Arias, who's actually been very noticeable since coming back into the team. Jorgen Strand-Larsen with an assist, and Hakim Ziyech with an assist as well. 3 straight defeats, but we get a victory in the final game of the episode, in the final kick of the episode, to put us 14th, 15 points, 2 ahead of Brentford in the drop zone. That is huge for us. That is huge because we had actually dropped into the relegation zone there. Guys, seriously, if you're enjoying this career mode, please do drop it a like. It is crazy. It's hectic. I don't know where it's going to go. Neither do you guys, but I hope you're enjoying it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As we said, we're on our road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit that in this save. Liverpool top of the Premier League table, 1 point ahead of Arsenal. Man United and Leeds up there, the surprise package so far, Daniel Farke's side. Spurs and Villa in the European places. For us, we move up to 14th, where I'm pretty sure that's where we started today's episode. We've been all over the shop, but Safety is the name of the game this season, and that is where we're at right now. 14 games in, we are 14th with 15 points. A busy Christmas period to come, though, in the coming episodes. As I said, I hope you're enjoying the series. Please do drop a like on the video. If you are, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to comment down below if you're enjoying this series, if you have any transfer suggestions, because the transfer window will be coming up. And I'll see you in episode 4 of this crazy career mode very soon.